93-year-old Vasant Raiji, who is Mumbai's oldest living cricketer, talks to Cricket Country in an exclusive chat. Raiji played for Bombay and Baroda during his career. Here, he talks about various things such as the Bombay Pentangular, the communal angle in cricket, and one of the finest cricketers India has ever produced, C.K. Naidu.
How did I get into cricket?
Yeah.
Well, my father was very keen on cricket, and he was a reasonably good club cricketer.
Okay.
So, because of his interest in the game, as a child, he encouraged us, that is my brother Madan Raiji and myself. He encouraged us to, introduced us into the game. And in 1926, when I was just 6 years old, when MCC team came to India, they played the Bombay Gymkhana, where Naidu hit 11 sixers and 13 fours in a score of 153. Well, I was there at the Gymkhana. My father took me to the Gymkhana, and seeing that spectacular innings and all that, I got interested in the game. And then I started playing for my school, and the interest continued. A school called Fellowship School on the Gwalior Tank. And it was not much known for its cricket, like those days Barda New High School, and they were well known in cricket. Vijay Merchant played for Barda, and it was not such a well known school as far as cricket was concerned. But I played in the Harris Shield for the school, and then also in the intercollegiate played. In 1941, I had a good season in club cricket playing for CCI, and I got selected for Bombay. So I played in the Ranji Trophy for Bombay. But I had two chances. First, I was run out for 7. And next chance, I got some 20 runs. Then Bombay was a very tough side to get as far as batting was concerned. I lost my place in the Bombay team. But I had a berth qualification to play for Baroda. So once Baroda team was touring Bombay, and I got playing for CCI, I got some 80 odd runs. So Baroda knew that I had a berth qualification for Baroda. Yeah. So they approached me. They said, "Why Bombay discarded you? Why don't you come and play for Baroda?" So I played for Baroda in the Ranji Trophy. Then another good game I had was playing for CCI against the Commonwealth team. And 2 seasons I played in England for the Indian Gymkhana there. That was club cricket. But I really enjoyed those 2 years. On a dry summer day, England has excellent weather for cricket. You bowl, you bat, you field, but you don't perspire whole day. Then 1948 was my last year in Ranji Trophy. I played for Baroda against Madras. I got some 40 odd runs. Thereafter, 51 I played against Commonwealth, but thereafter I played only club cricket. CCI, as well as a club which was founded by Anandji Dosa and myself when we were schoolboys, at a club called Jolly Cricketers. We played in the Kanga League. We done well in the Kanga League those days. We won twice. We shared the championship. Well, my interest continued. Well, I watched some, all the pentangular matches and a lot of quadrangular matches, and my interest continued. And then I thought I would try my hand at writing, and my article was accepted by K.N. Prabhu, who was the sports editor of Times of India. So that encouraged me into writing on the game. So now today I think I have 8 or 9 books to my credit on cricket, including one on C.K. Naidu, and another cricket hero of mine, Bombay cricketer called L.P. Jai. And then I also written on history of Parsi cricket. It's called India's Hambledon Men. Hambledon was the first cricket club founded in England, and Parsis were the first Indians to take to cricket. So I called it India's Hambledon Men. So that was then CCI asked me to write a history of CCI. Before India got test status, Pentangulars was the main tournament. Not Pentangular, actually it started as between Europeans and Parsis. And then the Hindus joined, it became triangular. Then the Muslims joined, it became quadrangular. And later on the rest, so it became pentangular. So it has a long history, and it laid the foundation for our entry into Test cricket. I mean, that was our main tournament, and it's quite interesting. One time Parsis dominated, then Hindus dominated, then the Muslims also dominated for a few years. When they had Nisar and Wazir Ali and Nazir Ali, so they produced some very fine cricketers. That was an all India tournament. So it's not necessary that players were all from Bombay in the pentangular or quadrangular. It was an all India tournament. And Bombay, of course, took the lead and produced some very fine cricketers. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to compare because Ranji Trophy means there may be very poor sides also and first-class teams also. There are so many teams participating. We don't know the strength of other teams. Whereas in quadrangular or pentangular, the best players of India were invited. So naturally the general standard would be higher, because the Ranji Trophy is a sort of provincial each, and some of the provinces didn't have cricket culture and they played, but the standard could not have been very high in those days. First of all, one must admit that playing matches on communal lines is not a healthy way to encourage sports. So it was felt that with independence, and particularly Bobby Taliyar Khan was the champion of sort of abolition of communal cricket. He says, why should you play on communal basis? There's no justification. And I think he was right. There's no justification to play cricket on communal lines. You play as India, or you play as Bombay, or your province, or your nation. Why community to be dragged in? So I think it was a very popular tournament, but it died a natural death, and it left its mark. It produced some very good cricket and some very good cricketers also. No. Even in public stands, there was no tension. Amongst the players, there was no tension. I don't think... but it was... Bobby Talierkhan was correct that why should cricket be played on communal lines? I don't think it was played in the right spirit. People thought there was Merchant and Hazare were competing with each other. One scored 250, the other scored 300, the other 309, Merchant scored 359 They were good friends, and there was no personal element between them. Only people thought that they were competing against each other. Well, it's very difficult to compare cricketers of different ages because the nature of wickets is different, the approach is different. I think great cricketers of one age would be great in the other age also. And Vijay Merchant and Hazare were very sound players, but I mean, it's I won't venture to evaluate with that way. Dravid was also very fine. Rahul Dravid, very sound and fine, as good as Vijay Merchant or Vijay Hazare. And Tendulkar, of course, is a great player. So, but difficult. I would call them all great players, not try to grade them and say so and so is better than so and so. C.K. Naidu was the most popular cricketer, and I rank him as sort of taking not just batting averages or but his bold approach, and I regard him as not necessarily the greatest batsman, but the greatest cricketer I have seen. Greatest cricketer, C.K. Naidu. For me, C.K. Naidu, because for me, definition of cricketer is not just scores and so many other elements go into making a great cricketer. His bold approach, his personality, so many other factors go. I would, and the type of wickets they played on, and the aggressive approach. For me, I regard C.K. Naidu as the greatest cricketer India has produced. Not necessarily the greatest run getter, but greatest cricketer. His scores may appear modest in comparison with so many other cricketers, and I think even Vijay Merchant regarded him as the greatest cricketer India had produced. No, I only on video. I haven't seen, but I corresponded with him. I had 8 or 9 letters from Bradman, which I gave for custody to my daughter, who is settled in Australia. I mean, I used to write to him, and invariably he used to reply. about Amarnath. I said he was a good cricketer, but he failed in test matches except his first 118 against England in 1933. He didn't have much of a good record. So when I wrote Bradman, he replied saying that there was a long gap between first test and then next. His best years were lost because of there was no test cricket in India, and that he needed firmer wickets. And Bradman would make some very interesting comments whenever I wrote to him. But I have not seen him. I have seen him only on the video. Well, it is for Sachin to decide. Nobody else can decide for him. I mean, he is the best judge. His body and his fitness, and he is the best judge. He is trying to conserve his energy for bigger cricket than just fritter away. And after all, age counts. I mean, you are not the same physically fit as at 22 as at 42 or 40. That's just lucky to be alive. It's not an achievement, any achievement. It's just that you are blessed with long life.